Was good, y'all? About to drop a video for y'all real quick. I just wanted to let you know that there is strength in numbers. I was talking to one of my friends earlier, and we were just basically talking about like how there's strength in numbers. You know, a lot of times we're all guilty of it. You know what I'm saying? Like when we have our mind focused on our goals and our dreams and our purpose, like we take pride in how far we can make it on our own. You know what I'm saying? We take pride in the amount of money we done accumulated over the years, and any certifications we done obtained over the years and all that. Like we take pride in that shit, and rightfully so, because it takes hard work. But there's strength in numbers. I know for me, like, what I'm working on now, and the things that I got going on now in my life, it's requiring me to really step out of my comfort zone. I done made a video about that before, about being out of your comfort zone and how important it is for you to be able to get up out of there, because that's what's going to be required of you to get to that next level. You know what I'm saying? You don't ever want to be in a place where you feel like you're too comfortable, because if you're too comfortable, you're not going to make no type of moves. Whole time you sitting there complaining about the amount of money you making. You sitting there complaining about how you want your life to be a certain way, and you're tired of your bosses, and you have all these complaints. The whole time you're so comfortable, and what you've been doing, everything is routine. You begin to do that shit with your eyes closed. But you're so comfortable to where you won't even take the next step. And through my experiences personally, I learned when I'm getting too comfortable. I feel it. Like I just know. And so what happens is, once I get that feeling, once I learned that feeling about me, I began to look for another route. I began to look for other opportunities. What can I do different? What else can I do besides this? What direction do I need to move in? And although we take a lot of pride in getting to where we've gotten by ourselves, there comes a point in time on your journey that is going to require you to have trust and a little faith in people. Like the journey I'm on now, I have to put my trust and literally the faith of a mustard seed in people that I don't even know. I don't know them. I don't know them from a can of paint. All I know is what I've learned from them, about them, through conversation. You see what I'm saying? But I don't really know them. But what I do know is these people have the direction. They have the steps that I need to take. They have the blueprint. They have the blueprint, and I don't know them. You see what I'm saying? They have the blueprint to where I'm headed and what I'm trying to do next in my life. And those of y'all who know me personally, y'all know that's one of the hardest things for me to do. That's one of the hardest things for me to do. But because of my experiences in my life, because of my growth, because of my understanding, you have understanding and you have understanding. Because of my understanding, I understand that if I trust in God and the universe to lead me to where I'm supposed to be, to lead my next step that I take, it's also going to require me to trust that if certain people are put in front of me through leadership, that I need to have faith in that too. Just as much faith as I have in God and the universe, I got to have faith in those people too, because those people were placed there by God and the universe for me. Because the truth of the matter is, no matter how much work you've done on yourself, and I'm proud of you for doing the work. I'm so proud of you for doing the work. If ain't nobody tell you, I'm telling you. I'm proud of you for doing the work, because it's not easy to do. You know, the constant sacrifice, and, you know, the people falling off, and you got to keep being able to move forward. And you got to be able to move forward despite people's opinions and all that. So I'm proud of you for doing that. But you ain't going to make it too far by yourself. Some point during your journey, you're going to have people come into your life that you're going to have to trust. You know what I'm saying? And that trust is based on the work that you see they doing in themselves. I'm not talking about trusting just off somebody's word. I'm talking about when you look at their life, you have a conversation with them, but when you look at their life, you like, okay, they know what they talking about because they did it. You feel me? They did it. Especially when you really been through some shit, when you been through enough shit and you just like, at this point, I ain't got nothing else to lose. Why not? And one of the things that happens when you're on your journey and when you're walking in your purpose and, you know, you're asking for guidance from God and the universe is that your mind, your mental will be under constant attack. Not only will you be under attack from your own family and people you thought was your friends and, you know, people just voicing their opinion because you opening your mouth talking too much, but your mental will be under attack. And a lot of times, especially when you realize, when you was like, okay, I ain't gonna tell nobody what I'm doing, I'm about to just focus on me, I'm gonna just do what I do. Sometimes you will happen to become your own worst critic. You'll start judging you. You'll start criticizing you to the point where, you know, you'll start putting your own doubts in your head. You'll start questioning your worth, questioning yourself to the point where you feel like you might even tap out and not even do what it is that you know you should be doing. It get that real. It gets that real. But I just want y'all to understand that I'm here to tell you, and I am a witness, a living witness, that at some point during your journey, you're going to need help. You're going to need some help. Yeah, you might can get so far by yourself, but you're going to need help, and it's going to require you. Those of you, because I'm the same way. I don't really deal with too many people. I understand y'all. I don't really deal with too many people. Like if you in my circle, if you ever had an opportunity to sit down and have a meal with me, or just sit down and have a conversation with me, if you've been in my presence, and I ain't even talking about people watching my video, I'm talking about if you actually been in my bubble, if you actually been in my space, that takes a lot for me to do. That means I really, you know, I fuck with you to a degree. But I don't really deal with too many people. And I know it's a lot of y'all out there who feel the same way. But honestly though, y'all, like the reason why we feel like that is because of, you know, past betrayals. You know, people done let us down. We thought we can trust certain individuals and it turned out that we can't. That's where that mentality come from. Ain't nobody born with that type of mentality. No one's coming out the womb talking about, I don't fuck with people. It's a trauma. It's a trauma. Whether you want to admit it or not, it's a trauma. It's a trauma for me to sit here and be on this video and tell y'all, I don't really fuck with too many people. I don't. I do not. But it's a trauma. It's a trust thing. It's your trust has been, you know, you've been betrayed so many times. And once you go through that shit in your life, and you get on this journey that you're taking, and you walking in your purpose, and it gets to a point where you have to walk by faith, where you gotta trust people that you don't even know, because that's who it's gonna be. Most of your journey is gonna require you to be around people that you don't know. You don't know. It's a trauma as to why you don't fuck with people like that. And that's real talk. And one thing about me, I'm going to keep it 100. I never get on this camera and perp and act like my life is all peaches and cream and all that, because it's not. It never has been. So when I speak to y'all and when I make my videos and, you know, give you my perspective, because I ain't the only one on the camera talking. There's a whole lot of people out there giving advice and sharing their experiences. But from my perspective, like, when you go through enough shit, it ain't really nothing to hide. Like, I feel like I never felt like I had to sugarcoat anything about my life. And every video I done made, I'm teaching y'all as I go. You see what I'm saying? It's never about me having all the answers, because I don't. But I teach y'all what I know. I teach y'all through my experiences. And a lot of times when I drop these videos, I'm going through my own shit. Most of them. I've went through things. I'm going through things. You see what I'm saying? But one thing I learned about me and my journey is that I have a strength inside of me that I didn't even know exists. You see what I'm saying? That's how deep this shit go. But I peep it because I take a lot of time to be to myself. That's why I be telling y'all, a lot of growth, like who I am as a person today, it trumps who I used to be. You feel me? It trumps who I used to be. So when I'm giving y'all these jewels, it's because I'm learning them as I go. I'm learning them as I go. You feel me? A lot of y'all understand out there, I understand where you're coming from. I get it. And it's a lot of us out here who we don't fuck with people. It's hard to trust. It's hard to determine who's really in your life and they really fuck with you. You see what I'm saying? But I'm telling you, it's going to come a time in your journey. I promise you. You're going to have to find it in you. Like, you're going to have to, for me, this is just me, I feel like I've been through enough to where, fuck it. Even when I don't know, I'm going to still step into it. Even when I'm not sure, I'm still going to take that next step. And I'm doing shit right now in my life, I don't really know. I don't see the light at the end of the tunnel. I made a video about that too. I don't always see the light, y'all. And I know y'all don't always see it. But what I look back and refer to is my past experiences, how far I done came, where I was 5 years ago, where I was 10 years ago. And I fast forwarded into my life now. The common denominator and all that shit is I took the next step. It ain't rocket science. I took the next step. And the more you take the next step, even when you unsure, even when you scared, even when you know what I'm saying, no matter what you're going through, even when you feeling like your back is against the wall, even when you feeling like you ain't got nobody there for you, when you take that next step, it builds you and makes you stronger. It makes you stronger. That's where your strength gonna come from. And with each level that you reach, it get harder and harder. It's always gonna be some shit thrown your way. But you gotta be able to take that next step regardless. I don't care if you gotta scream, go into an open field and scream. I don't care if you gotta go to the gym and lift some weights. I don't care what it is that you gotta do, but you have to take the next step. You gotta take that next step. And one of those next steps that's actually a huge step for a lot of us is being able to trust other people, people that you don't know, because a lot of your support is gonna come from strangers. I've been learning so much from people I don't know. I've been getting pats on the back from people I don't know. People that I barely know been clapping their hands for me. People that I barely know been encouraging me, checking on me. You see what I'm saying? And it's new to me. I'm in this thing with y'all. It's new to me. But I'm learning to trust it, because that's how much trust and faith that I have in God and the universe. Because at the end of the day, no matter what I've been through, you see what I'm saying, they ain't never steered me wrong. It might have been a lot of uncomfortable moments, but they ain't never steered me wrong. They ain't never steered you wrong either. You feel me? Like on some real shit, if you was ever steered wrong, it's because you steered wrong. Yeah. That's the truth. You steered wrong. You went against it. I'm telling y'all, man. I'm trying to tell y'all. I'm trying to tell you. I've been learning so much, but I'm trying to tell y'all, like, your journey, however far you done made it so far on your own, that's as far as you're gonna go. Your next level, like you really trying to open that one type door, you're gonna have to trust somebody that you don't know. You're gonna have to do it. Simply because they had a blueprint, simply because they already where you trying to be. You ain't there yet, but they're already there. But I love y'all, man. I got stuff I gotta do. I just wanted to share some jewels with y'all, and I hope it touches at least one person. I don't care about touching the entire world, because the reality of it is I won't. But if I can touch at least one person, if you got something for my message, I'm glad I can help you. I love y'all. Keep y'all head up. Keep working on you. Stop giving a fuck what people think. Y'all know that's what I live by. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. I don't care. When you go through a lot of shit in life, when you walking in your purpose, it can be a lonely walk. You feel me? It can be a lonely walk. But whole time, you got this. People gonna get their opinions. People not gonna be able to see it. And it's not for you to persuade somebody to see your dream. They'll never see your vision like you see it. And just because they don't, it does not mean that you ain't supposed to be doing it. Whatever it is that you see, whatever it is in your heart that you know you're supposed to be doing it, make sure y'all do that. Make sure you do it. I love y'all.